I'm good to go.
Yep, I'm good as well. Lech?
So I'm going to...
The mic.
As soon as you said that, the fucking thing muted.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the CanUK podcast, the podcast done by fans for fans of everything nerdy. I am your host, Lord X, and I welcome you to the show this week. Joining me this week on the podcast, first, it's Isreal Pacheco.
Hello.
How you doing this week, Isreal?
Pretty good.
That's good to hear. And joining us, making his return back to the CanUK podcast, it's Dr. Lech.
Yes. It took a while to get through that bear trap, but I finally made it.
Next time I will prepare harder.
Ah,
How's it going, Lech?
it's going. I'm going through a bit of a...
Yep, his mic explains it all.
Motherfucker! Really? Really?
Well, he did say you'd rather not say instead of saying something bad, so
I was about
the
to drop
mic
some,
listened to you.
I was about to drop some, really heavy philosophical stuff on you, and so the
He was
mic
gonna
was
drop
like,
a
no.
pipe bomb.
I was just going to do the whole thing, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is a temporary setback. That's all.
Right, well, best wishes. Best wishes to you, Lech. Hope everything works out fine and dandy.
It will.
Alright, let's dive into the show this week. We got a bunch of movie news, some TV news, a whole bunch of gaming news. But first, we're going to just briefly talk about something that I did in the one-man show last week. And that was 2 new streaming services that were announced at CES. The first of which was the WWE Network. Now, I expressed my thoughts last week. So what about you guys? What do you think of the show? Or the network?
Israel, if you'd like to go first.
Yeah, sure. I think it's a good idea. I'm digging it. $9.99 a month. I know they said you got to sign up for 6 months, so I don't know if they're gonna charge you $60 up front or make you sign a contract that if you cancel it, they charge you the other $50 or whatever. But I'm digging it, and I'll probably watch more of the pay-per-views now because usually I just get Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, sometimes SummerSlam. So probably check out more pay-per-views, all the back catalog stuff. I'm sure I'm gonna watch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oddly enough, that's what I'm more excited about is the back catalog. Because, good God, I forgot how many other promotions WWE has bought out just in the past few years.
Yep.
I know they, NWA Mid-South, hell, pretty much all of the NWA video library,
Mm-hmm.
along with AWA, Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, they pretty much own everything except for TNA.
Yeah.
They have everything.
That depends on whose rumors you believe on that one, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm more excited about is the access that you'll get to a lot of the classic stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to relive the ECW shows.
Oh, God, that's another thing. With its original music, with its original content, nothing censored.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be seeing the WWF logo on some of the old shows.
That's going to be great.
Yep.
And despite my personal feelings on the subject, Chris Benoit has been brought back into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he has. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Apparently, before any show that he's on, there's going to be like a censor warning.
Oh, so they're going to censor him, or they're going to say like, oh, this episode contains Chris Benoit or something?
Yeah. This episode contains a really bad man.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was wondering about that, because I've been wanting to like rewatch WrestleMania 17, but they haven't re-released that on DVD or Blu-ray, and the DVD goes for like almost $100, like used on eBay. So, and I've been really wanting to watch that, and I know he's in that pay-per-view, so I'm sure that's why they didn't re-release it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, hell, for a while there, they even changed the history when he had his world heavyweight title reign. They changed the history about that.
Mm-hmm.
They said Stevie Richards had the title.
What?
Really?
Yeah. Seriously.
I never heard about that. Seriously.
If you watch Botchamania, they actually talk about that at one point.
Oh, wow.
Stevie Richards, the champion?
Yeah.
I don't know which is funnier, that they censored Chris Benoit or that they made Stevie Richards a champion.
I mean, hell, the first thing I've noticed where they didn't remove Chris Benoit is when they released that big, huge WWE dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was.
And he had a little blurb in one of the corners.
Mm-hmm.
There was a picture of him with the belt and, his title reign, and that was it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject, definitely.
It is. Like, when I was training, he was the guy I looked up to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Through people who trained, there's always a match that they remember where they, it clicked, where wrestling clicked to them. Mm-hmm. For me, it was a match between Chris Benoit and William Regal in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It was a straight technical match, no high flying, none of that stuff. It was a brutal, solid match, and that's when wrestling clicked to me, when I got it. Mm-hmm. Understood, the storytelling aspect, the performance, everything. And I kind of, for a while there, I was emulating Chris Benoit, and then the whole thing with the family, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just didn't care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
Yeah, it's hard to separate, his accolades in the ring with the person that he ended up becoming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys seen it, but I just saw a clip, I think it was last night, of MVP. He used to be in WWE. They asked him about Chris Benoit, and he had some good things to say, because he was like, Chris Benoit was his mentor, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But he started talking about like mental illness and how there's a stigma against it and people don't take it serious. So he had some interesting points.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Chris Benoit has had so many concussions over the years, not to mention I'm sure he was going through a huge amount of depression over the death of Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Because that was a man that was his brother, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I was it was one of the documentaries, I think, that they read like one of the letters that he had written to Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah,
right?
this was
I think it was
Eddie.
one of
Yeah, and this was after Eddie's death.
them.
He would write him letters on a regular basis, like if he was still alive. Which, to me, that's a warning sign.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is kind of strange. Anyway, we got completely sidetracked.
Good, sorry.
Yes, network.
It always happens.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, the whole back catalog, that's going to be great. And personally, I love the fact that all the live shows are going to be on there. Because personally, I don't have cable anymore, so to be able to have that WWE Network, that's going to be a blessing for me.
I didn't know they're going to have Raw and SmackDown on
SmackDown,
there.
yeah.
Are they going to have them as a run or like reruns like the next day
You
or
can
something?
watch them live, just like the pay-per-views.
That would be cool. Because they videotaped SmackDown on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they air it Friday or Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, how great would it be if you can actually watch it live?
That'd be interesting, yeah.
And I think they're doing the same thing with NXT as well. They'll be broadcasting that live now.
Yeah, I can finally watch. It's funny. I live here in Orlando. It doesn't broadcast here, which is ridiculous.
Oh, it was blacked out there?
Like, I think it's one of the local channels. It might be. I don't know if I have it in my cable service, but I don't know. I know they used to do it on the website, and then they stopped doing it, and then they tried to do it on YouTube and then they stopped. I don't know. It's a mess, but at least I could watch it now.
Yeah.
NXT.
Yep.
Actually, funny story. This is true. You've probably seen him. The Asian ref, Brian Yoon.
Yep.
Actually, a good friend of ours. Here
Really?
in California. He trained at Supreme Pro Wrestling here in Sacramento with me and a few other people. And it's funny because his gimmick here was Bonsai Bruce Bukaki. He only ever said one word. And guess what that word was?
Wukaki.
Yes. If you follow him on Twitter, one time he actually he was at a Home Depot and they had a bonsai tree.
Mm-hmm.
So he grabbed the bonsai tree, took a picture with it next to his face, looking really surprised, and fucking tagged us in it. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, not only is he one of the head reps there, he's also one of the trainers,
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
which is great because he was so fucking good. I mean, he was doing standing shooting star presses
Mhm.
before anybody else really was. I mean, yeah, you still had Amazing Red out there doing it, but he was kind of doing it more,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
English not so good for me right now.
Yeah, they got some interesting people over in NXT. I've seen a couple of the shows live, and they've been pretty entertaining.
Yes, and I like the direction that they're going in now because it's like they're starting to remember, wait, wrestling is supposed to be entertaining,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
not the stuff before and after the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the
Not the
drawn out
27
promos.
Yeah, it's 27 recaps of what happened on Raw last week.
Yeah, I always find that funny when they do that, like on SmackDown. They're like, "This happened on Raw." It's like, okay, I know.
You showing us this again?
Mhm.
Even within the same show, they repeat stuff. Like,
Earlier tonight, this happened. Before the commercial break, this happened.
it's like, look, John Cena's dad got hit by Randy Orton. This is the third time we show it.
And
He
now
got
it's
knocked out.
RKO, the Viper.
Anyway,
Yes.
yeah, I guess we can move on to the PlayStation Now.
Yes, the PlayStation Now announcement, which is basically the Gaikai service that they revealed at the PlayStation 4 reveal. Which, yeah, it's going to be something else to be able to stream PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games to your PS4, your PlayStation 3, your PlayStation Vita, your smart TV, your tablet, your phone, just about anything and everything.
Nice.
I think this would be a cool thing to add to the PS Vita TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, since it's already a set-top box, maybe they could stream it through there. I don't know if it has the capabilities or not, but it'd be interesting.
I would say so, yeah.
Like, they
God.
would sell that, and it'll have, like, on the box, it says, like, PlayStation Now compatible, and for, what, like, $100, you could play PS3 games, PS2 games, PS1 games. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this. It all depends on the price point, though, because I know it's going to be some sort of subscription model.
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to be $10 a month, $20 a month.
Subscription model and rental service if
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to subscribe.
And at the same time, I already have the physical versions, and I know they're not going to give you, like, any sort of credit towards buying, you know, not buying, but, you know, getting, I guess, the streaming version of the game.
True, yeah.
So, but it's still great, I think, for, like, future generations, especially with the medium of video games, like the different media that it's been on, like CDs primarily for the PlayStation. Yeah, pretty much CDs for the PlayStation consoles, but
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see other companies do this, especially like Nintendo, which they
They
do
need to figure out
with the
how
Virtual
internet
Console
works, yeah.
Center, but yeah, yeah, they need to figure out how the internet works first. But I think it's a cool idea for future generations that you can look back and just turn on your TV and be like, hey, want to play Crash Bandicoot from the PlayStation 1, and you could check it out.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. But it's just, like you said, Nintendo and the internet really don't understand each other.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the top flagger of videos on YouTube right now, it's Nintendo Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're going after anybody.
Yeah, it's so disappointing, especially now at a time where they need the promotion for the Wii
Yes.
U, especially. Like, I really like the Wii U. I know it gets a lot of crap, but I enjoy my experience with the console. It's not the greatest thing out there. It's not as intuitive as a PlayStation 4, but I think it's unique. I don't want like a redundant console. Like I just don't want the same thing on every console. But
Mm-hmm.
'cause some people are like, oh, it needs this and that and this and that, and yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, PlayStation now, it solves the backwards compatibility issue as well.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just
Yep.
love the idea of being able to stream a game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to download it to your hard drive. Don't have to buy it, keep a disc, or buy a special edition disc, which I know you're going to do anyway.
Well, that's just
Pretty
me.
much.
But for those of us who aren't into collecting things, that's a great, it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Mhm.
is.
And one of the great things that they showed too, The Last of Us running on the PlayStation Vita. Oh,
Ooh.
That's gonna be really interesting. I want to see if it, works, because that's one thing. It
Yeah,
needs
true.
to work when it comes out. If it doesn't work, then there's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like even Netflix sometimes gives me trouble. Like it'll be what do you call that? Buffering.
Yep.
And I have a pretty good internet connection and it still be buffering. So this is even more media streaming over like a server. So
Yeah.
hopefully they have a good infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they better hope their servers are prepared at launch.
Hmm.
I'm sure Rockstar can tell them, be prepared.
Pretty much every company at this point can tell them.
Yeah.
Launch is coming.
All right, then I guess we should dive into our news stories for this week.
Yay,
Yep.
news!
Starting off this week, we got, we're going to do a new format here on the show, and we're going to cover our comic book, movie, and TV news first before we dive into the gaming news section. And maybe if I got the time for editing purposes, I'll leave links down below so you can skip ahead if you want. But yeah, let's dive into the movie and TV news. Lech, why don't you start us off this week?
Oh, God damn you. Copy. Paste.
Copy paste.
Go. Engage. What the I hate Google. Why you do this? Why you make me look bad? All right, so here's some news that actually got me a little excited and might answer some questions about this coming up movie. Michael Douglas to play Hank Pym in Marvel's Ant-Man. Yeah, that's right. I know what you're thinking. Michael Douglas, isn't that the old guy? He's like, yeah. But it kind of makes sense in the timeline of things because Hank Pym was the one that created the original Ant-Man armor and serum and technology.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget the name of the current Ant-Man.
The current one in the comics?
Yes.
That's Eric O'Grady.
Yes. The perv.
Yep.
If you've seen the strip I'm thinking of, then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Miss Marvel?
Yep.
Yeah.
I could do this for hours. So Edgar Wright and Marvel have landed a high-profile casting with Michael Douglas now set to play Hank Pym in Ant-Man. Douglas, who won the Golden Globes last night, or back when this article was written, is for his turn in LeBronson behind the, I'm not even, words.
Liberace? Is that the
Is
one?
that what it was? Liberace? Yeah, Liberace. Okay, yeah, English. I just ate Chinese food, folks, so bear with me.
No, it's okay.
I'm struggling to stay awake.
The itis.
Drink- The itis, yes. Then I had to walk afterwards, so I'm... So yes, Douglas, who won Golden Globes for his portrayal of Liberace, brings yet another level of esteem and name power to Marvel's output, following the footsteps of actors like Robert Redford, Glenn Close, who are also in upcoming films. The actor joins writer-director. Oh, right, and
Hypo.
Paul. Yes. Who will play the lead and is now confirmed is Scott Lang as the main Ant-Man from the film, from what we can gather. But Douglas's Hank Pym as the original Ant-Man, in comics anyway, and it seems likely that this will also be the case for the film.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, looks like it's going to be a movie about passing the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Which, who needs an origin movie? Boom, it's like, yes, I was Ant-Man for all these years. Here, I'm too old to do this. Take over, kid.
That's an interesting way to do it.
Yep.
Especially, like you said, you don't have to do the typical origin story of a superhero.
Yeah, I mean, that way you can open the movie with a montage.
Like the Incredible Hulk did.
Or, better yet, like Watchmen did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Say change.
And that told such a huge part of the story right there. It's like, wow, they were heroes. They did this, that, and the other, and then shit went bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Mothman started killing people. Ugh. But yeah, I'm actually interested in seeing how they're going to pull this off. My money is they're going to go with the, montage opening.
Yep. Yeah, I would say so as well. I'm curious though now how they're going to handle the Wasp, or if she even appears in the movie. Like,
well, it's funny that you bring that up because Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are supposed to be in the sequel also.
mm-hmm.
Even though that they're technically Fox property.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because they're mutants.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're two of the odd cases according to Marvel, though.
Yeah, it's weird, but
I mean, in terms of the Wasp, like, is she going to be Hank Pym's love interest still, or will they make her Scott Lang's love interest?
Good point. And are they going to go with, was she a scientific thing, or is she well, they can't actually use the term mutant. That's the weird thing about the properties. But, is she going to be a gifted one, like how Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are supposed to be?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
God, this just raises more questions.
Dun, dun, dun.
Less answers, more questions. What the fuck, people?
All right. Well, with that, let's move on to our next story. And Isreal, would you do the honors?
Yep. So there was a rumor circulating around the internet that Marvel was in talks with Johnny Depp to play Doctor Strange. But it seems that now Marvel's denying Johnny Depp's involvement with the film, even if there was rumors circulating that they have been talking about him starring in that film, which is interesting from what I'm reading here. They were going to play a younger version of Doctor Strange, but of course Johnny Depp is 50 years old now, so they were going to tailor the film to his age. And it'd be interesting for him to play that character specifically. I can't remember him being in any other comic book film. Has he been that I could think of?
Let's see. Lone Ranger really doesn't count.
Yeah, that's more.
I think Ninth Gate was based off a comic book series.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
that
believe so.
I actually show the picture of him in Ninth Gate here, but
The other question is, does Marvel want another...
Oh, shit. From Hell.
That was a comic? I didn't know that.
Yes, that was based off a comic book series.
Did not know that.
Yeah, me neither. Cool.
But yeah. It'd be interesting for them to cast Johnny if it's really happening, if it's just a rumor. Now they're denying it. Who knows? This always happens in Hollywood.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this person's going to play this guy. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I would love to see Johnny Depp do it if he takes it as a serious role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that boy's got some good acting chops.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't need another Captain Jack.
Though I would love to see Doctor Strange as Captain Jack for a little while. With the robe and everything, it'd be great. I have Magamoto. Where's my rum?
Oh, Lord.
So you're thinking about it now.
Unfortunately, yes.
Got a couple gold teeth in there. I'm sorry.
Captain Jack Strange.
Dr. Captain Jack Strange.
That'd be pretty funny.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I guess we can move on.
Yeah, let's move on to an actual casting in a Marvel movie. Came out this past week that Thomas Kretschmann,
Kretschmann?
that German fellow, has been cast as Baron von Stryker in Avengers Age of Ultron. So yeah, the Dracula actor will get his monocle on. Wait.
Go on. Sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead. I was just...
No, I'll wait till after you're done reading. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
All right, well, for people who don't know about the character, Von Stryker was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in 1964. He's a Captain America foe from World War II, a dirty Nazi bastard who went on to become a key figure in the villainous group of Hydra. Kretschmann will join James Spader's homicidal robot Ultron on the anti-Avengers side of the cast, as well as new evidential Avengers Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson, who will play the sister-brother duo of not mutants, the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. So yeah, Baron von Stryker. Very interesting casting.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. It's like, really? An old Nazi?
I'm betting one thing here. They wanted to get Hugo Weaving back as the Red Skull for the movie, but were unable to, so they moved the next step. Let's get the next highest ranking Hydra figure.
Yeah, and that would be Von... Yeah, okay, I can see it now. Well, plus that can also lead up to another Captain America movie where the Red Skull does return.
Mm-hmm. And who knows? Maybe Von Stryker will show up in the Winter Soldier somehow, after credit scene or something.
Ooh, that's right.
Because maybe he's the one behind the Winter Soldier.
I'm so excited for that movie. Like, I got a straight-up nerd boner over that.
There's your visual image for the night, folks.
You're welcome.
Damien Sandow voice. You're welcome.
Yeah, only 73 more days till Captain America, actually.
So excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is great casting. The guy was in Valkyrie as well, playing one of the Nazi figures in there. And he was also in King Kong, which nobody remembers because that remake was horrible.
I liked it. It wasn't that
was
bad.
good once they got to the island.
No, true.
It's just, half the movie they spent getting to the island. It's like, oh, fuck, you're still on the boat. Get off the boat.
All right, let's keep moving forwards here with our final bit of Marvel news. Lech, you got it for us.
Yes. Jamie Alexander guest starring as Lady Sif on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Woo! Finally, we get a superhero on the show.
Mm-hmm. One from the movies. This is
One from the movies that people actually recognize. Mm-hmm. Who, honestly, I'm going to say this now. They really need to do the Three Warriors movie.
Yes.
They do. because that casting for those guys, brilliant, fucking brilliant. But yes, ABC president Paul Lee revealed that a notable guest star for Marvel movies is coming to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the form of Jamie Alexander, who will reprise her role as Lady Sif, the Asgardian warrior played in Thor and Thor: The Dark World. Hot, 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 hot. Hot. Need I say more? Oh, yeah. She'll be in the 15th episode coming up at the first of the season.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that.
Because it just opens the door for other characters.
Exactly. Of course, we're probably never going to see Iron Man or... Well, I can see Captain America showing up somehow. Because Chris Evans is one of those people I think be like, yeah, sure, let's do it. But, probably even Loki, too, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
But
hell yeah, Loki in a heartbeat. You know he would. Come on, he did a bunch of those 5-minute comedy spits on Comedy Central.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he just loves the character. He is the character.
Yeah. Well, we've had Samuel L. Jackson show up as Nick Fury, and Colby Smuthers appeared as what's her name?
Yeah, that character.
Mm-hmm. Sif is a good way to have a guest star into the show, I guess.
Plus, the fact that she's an Asgardian, she's supernatural. She's strong.
Yep.
It gives them it gives the writers excuse to amp up the action a bit more. I mean, yes, my biggest complaint about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is it's on a family network.
Mm-hmm. And some of the episodes have been dark as hell, though.
Yeah, but Joss Whedon can't go as far as he did with like Buffy and Angel because it's a family network. They won't allow a lot of that stuff to go.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I mean, if he was like on Fox or, well, I can't say WB because it doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm. The CW.
The CW.
And the WB. Next guest star confirmed, WB Frog on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, maybe Frog Thor. That's possible.
Frog Thor!
That is a thing.
I know it is. That's what's killing me. God, it even showed up in the amazing, what is it, Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series?
Yeah.
Frog Thor showed up. By the way, if you haven't watched that yet, you need to watch that series. It is on Netflix, season 1 and season 2. It's great. Teenage Ultimate Spider-Man. You'll love it. You'll love it.
I've tried watching some of the episodes. I'm still grumpy over them canceling Spectacular Spider-Man, okay? Leave me alone.
I understand, but watch the Deadpool episode.
Oh, I shall. Been meaning to, actually.
Just like I need to catch up on Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I know I need to catch up on that so bad.
Anyways.
So.
Yes, Isreal, our next news story before we get too distracted.
The next news story here is that the classic Batman television series from the 60s, the live-action one with Adam West and Burt Ward, is coming to home video later this year. I'm guessing DVD. There's no mention of a Blu-ray release.
I hope so.
It'd be kind of strange if they brought it out on Blu-ray, but it's coming out later this year. For a lot of people, that's their first introduction to Batman way back in the day, before reading comics. So I know it holds a special place for a certain segment of the Batman fan base. Personally, me, not really, because I didn't grow up with it, but it's cool, though, to see old series coming to home video.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome if you ask me, and I will probably end up buying it.
Yeah, probably the same. I grew up watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It was always so much fun. It was cheesy, but good cheesy,
Mm-hmm.
It was always so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. That shark spray. Need we say more?
But here's the thing, it was a robotic shark.
Yeah. The detail that people often forget.
So it shouldn't have worked to begin. Proof they were just making it up as they went along.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of them making up as they go along, we have our final movie news here, and that's the Batman versus Superman, or Batman and Superman, or whatever the fuck they're calling it. Release date has been pushed back, and not by 1 month, not by 2, not by 3, but by 10 months. That's right. The movie now, instead of opening July 17th, 2015, amongst every other movie in 2015, it will now be releasing May 6th, 2016. Now, the very interesting thing about this one is that May 6th of 2016 is also the date of an unspecified Marvel movie at the moment. Ooh. So unless some dates get changed, this may be the first head-to-head that Marvel and DC have at the box office.
Ooh, it better be good.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be something really stupid.
The way I'm looking at this right now is I'm pretty sure Marvel could announce Howard the Duck 2, and it would do better than this movie on the same day. Because people will look at one thing. How have the DC movies been? How have the Marvel movies been?
Yeah. It's something we've talked about before, but DC live action isn't doing so well.
Yep.
But they're
what do you guys think
animated
will be the movie?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm just wondering what you guys think this unspecified film could be.
Marvel?
Probably Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It fits the timeline.
Mm-hmm. I would say Doctor Strange, or we might see, well, let's see. We got Captain America next year, and then Avengers and Ant-Man after, so maybe another Captain America, but I highly doubt it. So
I think they might bring out the big guns or something for this, because
they might do the Avengers.
I don't know if not the Avengers, but I mean they might bring out like a big property, because to go against Batman and Superman.
I got it.
You know what I mean? They need something. 2016.
Another Hulk movie.
Or doesn't Spider-Man come out this year? Wouldn't like 2 years after that be May 2016?
Yes.
The third Spider-Man film?
But that's Fox, though, not Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not Sony.
Oh, Phase 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a Disney film.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it now.
This is the big guns coming out.
Oh my God. Yeah. Incredible Hulk with the leader.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be... Ooh.
So, yeah, I would say either Doctor Strange or the Incredible Hulk we're going to see that year.
Or they might surprise us and do a team-up movie.
True.
Yeah, I think they might move things around in their schedule to compete with DC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm despite everything that's been going on with the Batman versus Superman thing, I am still kind of excited for it because I finally gotten around to watching A Man of Steel. There was a lot of parts in the movie that bothered me, but especially the big spoiler at the end, Superman kills Zod. I watched the scene. I understand why he did it.
He had to.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those situations. If you were in the same spot, what would you have done?
And I'm pretty sure that cry after killing Zod was It's proof enough that he did not want to do that.
Yeah, at first I was on the bandwagon of, what, he killed someone? No!
Mm-hmm.
Then I watched it and it was like, oh, shit.
Makes sense in the context of the film.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then there was another reviewer that we all love and respect. It's Angry Joe.
Mhm.
He would go on about how he was talking about how, Superman would be upset by this physically, and the next movie should be him trying to cope with it,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense. And that's when the older character Batman, or Affleck Man, comes
Or
in
Daredevil.
and helps. Daredevil. Don't get me started. We don't have enough time. But, it helps him cope with it.
Mhm.
And the rise of Lex Luthor.
I'm really, really excited for this film because I'm a big fan of Man of Steel. I know a lot of people don't like it. I really liked it, but even with the casting of Gal Gadot, which I think is probably the worst news we've heard coming out of this film, I didn't think the Affleck thing was
Yeah, I wasn't
that
really
bad.
fazed by Affleck.
Like, he's done, some bad movies. He's done some great movies, so I think it'll turn out well, but the Gal Gadot thing really threw me off. It just didn't make sense as Wonder Woman. But yeah, I'm really excited about this, and this getting delayed 10 months is like, damn it. I gotta wait another 10 months.
But it could help them, though. Great.
Yes,
Yeah.
like we were talking about before, if she, actually takes the training seriously
Mhm.
and starts, putting on a little. I'm not saying she needs to, bulk up huge, but she needs to look like not a supermodel.
Mhm.
Yeah. She needs a more, I guess, developed physique, because she looks like really scrawny.
And I'm sure it's just her body type, but, that's
Mhm.
just the way she is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And for, a character like Wonder Woman, who's essentially a goddess,
Hmm.
you can't have a little skinny person playing them.
Mhm.
I mean, hell, even the original Wonder Woman TV series, the actress, crap.
Yeah, I forgot her name, too. I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, she was a tall, well-built woman.
Mhm.
Hmm.
She
fine,
wasn't.
too. Shit.
Oh, she. Good God, yes. Anyway, yeah, sorry. But yeah, Wonder Woman has a certain look that you need to at least attempt.
Mhm.
Having a blonde actress dye her hair brunette and pretend to be Wonder Woman won't work.
No.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm talking about the failed pilot, which I've watched.
Mhm.
Oh, God, that thing was awful. It was so awful.
Anyway, I guess we could get into the gaming news story.
Yeah. Let's do that. And let's you go ahead and take it away with our first one.
Yes, gaming news. 2K and Bethesda?
Bethesda.
Bethesda? I play their stuff. I don't read their stuff. Well, 2K and Bethesda is teaming up for
We
North
don't
American
feature on
game
this
bundles.
podcast, remember?
English, not so good. How is you? 2K and Bethesda are teamed up to release two bundles in North America containing some of the most popular games. First bundle together would be Elder Scrolls V Skyrim and Shock Infinite.
Boo.
Woo!
The second one will offer Borderlands 2 alongside Dishonored.
Boo.
The bundles, now here's what, this is actually brilliant on their part. The bundles will cost $30,
Mhm. That's a great deal.
which is a great fucking deal for a new game, let alone two brand new games.
Mhm.
But the downside, DLC not included, you still have to pay for it. But then again, considering you're not spending $60 for the games, you can afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a great deal, even if it's, you're just a casual gamer who's been kind of interested in playing these games. Here's your perfect excuse to go get them.
Mm-hmm.
$30 for 2 brilliant fucking games.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you can't lose. It's a win-win-win-win situation. So expect to see these start hitting the shelves around February 11th here in the U.S.
cool beans.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's move into some depressing news.
Oh.
This is fitting. Israel, take it away with the Wii U news.
This worked out perfectly. Yep, very, very bad news coming out of Nintendo. They've cut their sales forecast for this fiscal year, which ends in March. March, a couple months away. They were forecasting they were going to sell 9 million Wii U's during that time period, and they've, went all the way down to 2.8 million, so that's less than a third of what they were expecting. And this is... I've been defending the Wii U for several months, and I've always said, hey, give them till Christmas 2013, and let's see if they turn things around. Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't happen. So now it's time to hit the panic button. And not that they have bad games, not that it's a bad console. It's financially not viable at this point. They really need to get more units out there. I think worldwide sales currently are around 5 million, and pretty much the PS4 is right on its ass, and it's only been out for 2 months. The Xbox One is a little bit behind from that, but it's still selling really well. This is bad news for Nintendo, and of course people say they have those war chests with all the money in the world, all those billions of dollars, but if you're a business, you can't afford to constantly lose money. And this will be the third year in a row that they operate at a loss, which is bad.
Yeah.
Very bad for Nintendo because they always operate at a profit. But with that keeping in mind, also the other consoles, even if they're doing so well, the divisions from Microsoft and Sony, the gaming divisions, they always operate at a loss when it comes to the consoles. So on one hand, the Wii U is not doing too good. Not very good at all. But on the other hand, the other console manufacturers, even if they're selling millions of units, they're selling them at a loss. So just keeping a little balance there. I just think the news cycle always ends up bashing Nintendo and not putting things into perspective when it comes to the other console manufacturers. But it's still not good news for Nintendo.
Such a shame too, because they've been doing so well with the 3DS.
Yeah, they've been kicking ass with the 3DS. Speaking of the 3DS, they were projecting that they were going to sell 18 million of those, and now they've lowered those projections to 13.5 million. So it's still really good. Maybe when it came to the 3DS, they had astronomical expectations, even probably for the Wii U, but yeah, they were expecting to have some money in the bank this time around, but it did not happen.
Nope.
So what do you guys think?
It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that, the day you hear Nintendo not doing well.
Mm-hmm. They should be the company that's on top. They really should be.
Yeah.
Especially after, the massive success that the Wii was. To fall from grace so badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they they shot themselves in the foot with the name of the console.
Yep.
Because still to this day, whenever I go to a store, like for example, a couple weeks ago I was at Best Buy, and there was this older couple looking at the Wii and Wii U games, and they were looking at Just Dance, and they almost bought the Wii U version, and they only have a Wii, and I had to explain to them the difference between the consoles. I was like, the Wii U is a newer console, the Wii is the one you have. So They almost bought the wrong product, and I've seen it several other times at Walmart, GameStop, Target. Um, they're doing a better job marketing it now, and they're basically saying, "Hey, look, this is an upgrade."
Only took them 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, only took them forever, but they've just marketed the system bad, and I think uh, pretty much the Wii was a fad. That's why it sold so many consoles.
Sure.
Because it was
So,
different.
Yeah, at
It
the
was
time
different
it
than
came out.
any other console out at the time.
Yeah, exactly. The whole motion controls, it blew people's minds away. The Wii U gamepad hasn't really done that.
Nope.
Because it's all been done before.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and I own one. Do you need a gamepad? Honestly, no. Really, the only game that utilizes it extremely well that I have played is Nintendo Land.
Mhm.
Every other game, the gamepad's pretty much your map, which is cool. It's a cool addition. You don't have to be jumping through menus to like switch items and stuff, for example, in the Wind Waker HD.
Mhm.
But a lot of the games just play what you see on the television on the gamepad. So essentially, you could just play it with a regular controller.
Mhm.
I really think they brought out this console, and they always say, "Oh, we make our consoles, the games for our consoles, right?" And this time around, they just had Nintendo Land. They haven't really had any other game. Even Super Mario 3D World, you could play that with a Wiimote. You don't need the gamepad.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh my. All right. Well, I guess we should keep trucking along here. So, were you guys looking forward to Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare?
Actually, yes.
Well, too bad, because it has actually been delayed.
Ah!
EA has announced that Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare has been delayed by a week.
Really?
The game was previously expected at the 360 and Xbox One in North America
Fell off my chair.
on February 18th and in Europe on February 20th, but will now arrive stateside on February 25th and in Europe on 27th. A PC edition is on the way, though no release date has been announced. Rumors are also flying that the third-person shooter, it's weird saying third-person shooter with Plants vs. Zombies, but is coming to the PlayStation 4 thanks to a rating board listing, and the fact that Microsoft described it as a timed exclusive. The Xbox One will have a unique boss mode, though, set to make use of the Kinect, which nobody will use, and Smart Glass, which nobody will use. All of our experiences with the cute puzzle platformer FPS have been positive thus far, said IGN. So, there you go.
Check it out. I think I'll check it out if the price point is right. Like if it's $20, I'm not getting it.
I would say it's going to be 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it just looked fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know,
it
it's
does.
a silly little shooter you can play with your friends.
Yep.
Kind of like how Gotham Imposters was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I never played that.
Neither have I. It just looks stupid.
It was all right. It went free to play, so
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay.
at least on PC it did, and I'm sure I picked it up on PlayStation Plus at one point. But
Maybe.
anyways, speaking of things getting released, Lech, you've got our next one.
Yes, Ubisoft bringing Tetris to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
System seller right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Ubisoft has
What?
announced a new partnership with the Tetris company that will see it bring the classic game to Xbox One, PlayStation 4. 2014, words, marks the seminal puzzle's 30th anniversary.
Woo!
Originally devised, by Soviet programmer Alexei Pajavov, that guy. Tetris has now sold in excess of 170 million copies.
Woo!
Think about that for a second.
That's
That's
a
a
lot
lot.
of fallen blocks.
Yeah. And is frequently championed as one of the greatest games ever made.
Would not deny that.
No.
Mhm.
Even to this day, people still play Tetris or offshoots of Tetris, copies of it.
Yep.
That's one of the games that changed the face of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from side-scrolling, you know, going to the right, to, yeah, see? Everybody knows the song, too.
I better stop singing before we get hit by a copyright infringement.
Oh.
Anyways.
So, yes, let's see if there's a release date. We're very excited to start working with this world-renowned brand and can't wait to combine Ubisoft's experience and all the capabilities of next-gen consoles to create an exciting new Tetris experience for the fans. Quote, unquote, Yves Guillemot, CEO and co-founder of Ubisoft. So, yeah, as far as I can tell, there's no actual release date yet.
But knowing Ubisoft, it's going to be delayed anyway.
Probably.
But hey, I'll be excited for once it comes out. I like to stream some Tetris.
Yeah, I mean, it's still going to be fun. I mean, well, it also depends on what they do with it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if it's like the PS3 version that came out not too long ago. Hell, that was from EA too, I think. But that Tetris version was amazing. I love that.
I don't think I played that one.
I wonder if they're gonna throw in like random Ubisoft characters.
I was just thinking that, like, you see Sam Fisher in the corner.
Yeah, or Rayman, or one of the Assassin's Creed characters.
Ezio just
that's
drops
crazy.
down and assassinates a long block or something.
Oh, no, you have to land the blocks in the right spot so he can find cover to get across the board.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
I could see that happening too.
God, that would be pretty fun, actually. Whole new level of rage quit right there.
All right, then. Well, let's keep moving forwards here. Isreal, you've got our next story about a new game.
Yep, the last and final story here in the gaming section is about a new Hitman coming to the PS4 and Xbox One. And this one seems to be taking a very different approach to the other games. There's going to be a non-linear level design. It's going to be open world. This sounds very different to all the other Hitman games. I personally haven't played any other Hitman games, which I know is like a travesty. But this sounds pretty cool from what I'm reading here in the description. I know they released, what was the last one called?
Absolution.
Absolution, that came out 2012, right? The end of 2012.
Yes, with the crazy leather-clad nuns.
Yep. And yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more on this game.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to know too, since there were rumors going around that they had canceled this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last one didn't do too well, did it?
Not really, no.
I don't think it met like their sales expectations. I think it did fairly well for the type of game it is, and like the audience you're going after. But it was one of those games like Tomb Raider and Sleeping Dogs that they didn't sell enough.
Actually, Tomb Raider has become profitable for them now.
Oh yeah.
It only took a year for Square Enix to realize that.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. I think it was a tweet from someone. I was like, oh. So yeah, that wraps up the... Wait, we got one more.
One more.
One more. This has just been patched in.
I missed that one.
All patches.
I wish I could remember the Sherlock Holmes quote now perfectly, but once you rule out all the possible solutions, the impossible becomes possible? Plausible?
Plausible.
Yeah, that's it. So EA has officially confirmed that the mode that was That was supposedly impossible for SimCity is now coming. That's right. The offline mode is officially confirmed for SimCity.
What?
Yep. This is too late.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely does not get me excited for it.
Nope.
Too little, too late. And going along with this as well, they did announce that they're opening the game to modders, but you can't really do anything you want. You can just, like, change the colors and shit. You can't really make really good mods for the game.
Once again, too little, too late. I mean, there's already people that have done this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, within a week of the release, there was an offline mode.
Yeah, I don't know what took them so long. It really doesn't make sense. I would have given them like tops like 1 month to get an offline mode out the gate, but
no, it's been like a year since they admitted, no, we didn't need to do this, but we did it anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if nobody like buys the game now because of the offline mode, they'll be like, oh well, it didn't sell, so all of our future products all online. That's all it's going to be.
Yep. See, nobody really wants the offline mode.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Shit, they've moved on.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool and all, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the popular internet term? Fucks were not given.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a 1960s Spider-Man meme out there now going, SimCity offline mode? Look at all the fucks I give.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's going to do it for our gaming news and, in general, our news section for this week. So it's time to dive into our been playing, been watching, and we haven't been reading anything section.
Yep.
I came close this week to reading something. I just never got around to it.
No, wait. If you read something in a game, does that count?
No, that's playing a game.
No, I mean, like if it's a book inside a game.
Like in Skyrim?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Okay. Then I got something.
Alright, well, let's dive into our been playing section first. And, Isreal, why don't you kick us off? What have you been playing this week?
So, I've had a strange experience with this game. And that is Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate, which is a portable version of Batman Arkham Origins. It's its own thing. Takes place after the events of the console version.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing it on the Vita. At first, I was like, this is okay. Then I got into it a little more. I was like, it's pretty good. And then I got almost to the end, and I hit a wall, pretty much. Game-breaking bug, which really ticked me off. I was at this point at the end of the game where it depends which order you fight the bosses, but in the particular order that I fought them, at the end I had to rescue these hostages, and you get these little clues every time you rescue one from Catwoman. So the point I was at, basically I rescued a hostage, but I didn't notice the clue was in a little crate right next to the hostage. So I left like that section of the level. Then I looked it up online because I didn't find it. I was like, where the hell's the clue? And then when I came back, I couldn't open the crate anymore. So basically, I have to restart the whole game, and that's not happening. I put over 5 hours into it, so I'm not replaying it. So that sucks. And that's really disappointing that I didn't get to finish the game. Damn. So I wouldn't recommend it because I wouldn't want anybody to hit that wall and then just be frustrated like I was.
Yeah, that's I hate when that happens in a game. It's like the worst thing imaginable, next to playing Ride to Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a pretty decent, 2D Metroidvania style game.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Batman, I'd say give it a shot, but it is disappointing, especially on the Vita. The Vita version does look better than the 3DS version, but I'm sure the 3DS version was the lead platform, and they just upgraded the textures for the Vita version. So they could have did more, but I understand why they didn't.
Okay. Cool. Lech, what about you? What have you been playing this week?
Believe it or not, I finally got my hands on a copy of Skyrim for the PC.
Awesome.
Yes, and I've also discovered modding of Skyrim. And I've been having a lot of fun. I'll just say this, one of the first mods I did was the skills mod,
Okay.
and I pretty much maxed out everything. Because I'm one of those people, I care more about the storyline
Mm-hmm.
than most of the gameplay.
Yeah.
With certain franchises. And with this one, I really wanted to get into the story, and it's kind of hard to do that when you have to walk everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I, maxed out all my stats, which unlocked everything on the map, and also came with the amazing perk of if I punch any character, they go down. Any character.
Oh my lord! Did you bitch slap a dragon?
Yes! I punched it, its head reeled back, and it was all boom.
That's funny.
I was just like, oh, I have to try this on others. At first I thought it was like, well, they worked them down to half health and this, that, and the other. No. One hit, kill. Which I found out with my poor sidekick several times. Like, get out of the way! Oh, she's dead. And the followers, they're pretty much immortal.
Mm-hmm.
And she dropped it. I was just like, hey, get up. Get up. Okay, come on, stop fooling. Get up. Oh, she's not getting up. Run away. Plus, I have to admit, it is fun as hell now that my pickpocket skill is, the highest level it can get.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking up to random women on the street, crouch, be instantly hidden,
Mm-hmm.
steal their clothes. And yes, I do have the nude mod.
Of course you do.
At one point, it's hilarious because I was playing the vampire expansion,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and it's at the end, where the leader's giving the big speech about, we're going to go over there, we're going to kill all these vampires.
Yeah.
I'm just walking around in the back, stealing the clothes off all the female members, and they're just standing there like, ooh, it's suddenly colder. And I'm like, I'm a bad person. I am a really, really bad person.
You should record that.
Oh, if I can figure out how to make fraps works, I would. I've tried using fraps before, and it's just like, nope. Oh, what's that? You want? Nope.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I've been playing that, and it's been surprisingly a lot of fun.
Cool.
What have you been playing, Lord X?
Well, this past weekend, Steam had a couple free weekends on the go, so I finally dived into Saints Row 4.
Oh, dear God.
It was enjoyable from what I played. I never got a whole bunch of time with it due to work and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, it was fun. I got to the point where I did get the superpower to shoot Ice Blast. It was as far as I got. And at that point, I just had a bunch of fun running around, freezing everything and smashing it.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to say, from what I played, the story was really funny. That opening mission was just brilliant. Climbing the missile with Aerosmith playing. I honestly just died. It was just too great. And yeah, I think now, eventually, I will pick up the game. just to continue playing that nonsense.
And it gets better throughout the whole game. It gets crazier and crazier, and the first batch of DLC that you get with it, the Enter the Dominatrix,
Yeah.
dear God, forget it. It is awesome.
I will say one thing, though. At one point, I was just running around collecting those data clusters, and I did kind of start getting bored. I will admit that.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, this just seems like I'm doing more of Saints Row the Third, which shouldn't be a bad thing, but it's like, where's, like, the new stuff here? Because going around the exact same map, pretty much, I could see that getting a bit dull eventually.
Yeah. It did have those moments with me when I was playing it, but trust me, once you get past that point, it's worth it.
Okay. I'll take your word for it, and we'll definitely pick it up probably on the next Steam sale that it appears on. Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I've been playing. Isreal, you been playing anything else?
So the next game that I've been playing is a Super Mario 3D World. Been playing more of that. I think I'm somewhere in World 5 or 6. I can't remember. But the game picks up significantly after World 3. Because the first couple of levels, I'm going to be honest, they were kind of plain, kind of stale. And then the level variety and that Nintendo charm of just crazy level design kicked in, and I'm really, really digging it. I have to get back to it. I've been kind of busy. But yeah, man, the cat suit is so damn fun. I'll be honest. When I first saw it, I'm like, I think this is so stupid. And then you play it, and you're like, this is really fun. But yeah, that power up is really cool. The one that doubles the Marios is really cool. Also, it has some unique features for the level design. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. If you guys out there have a Wii U, definitely pick this game up. Is it up there as one of my favorite Mario games of all time?
Oh, wow.
Maybe not yet. I haven't, finished it yet. I really enjoyed the 3DS version, and that's one of my favorite Mario games, but I guess it was because it was on the portable, and the smaller levels made sense. But yeah, I'm going to keep playing it. It just keeps getting better and better. It's one of those games that as you progress, the level design gets better, the challenge. It was really easy at first, and now it's still, fairly easy, but if you're going after the 3 green stars in every stage, it's more difficult because you have to find them in, like, awkward portions of the level and use the cat suit and all that, so it's really, really fun.
Nice. Me and the roommates have been talking about it. At some point, we are going to try to get a Wii U just so we can play some of the, newer games. I mean, we have 64, we have the GameCube, we have a Wii. It's just, I think we're going to be doing that after the move.
Good. Cool.
So, yeah, I mean, it's nothing personal against the system. It's just like you said earlier, it's not really innovating anymore.
Yeah. Even this game, to a point, is not revolutionary because it's not using the gamepad. The gamepad, you use it for some levels that they have like little platforms and you click on them, and then like the platform like either goes into the level or out. It's sort of like Little Big Planet on the Vita. If you played that, it works similar to that. But yeah, it's on one hand, like I was saying, like it's right now it's not one of the best Mario games in my opinion because there's something missing. Like it's getting better as it went on, but even when I first started the game, I was kind of disappointed with it. Honestly, I started playing it in multiplayer. I didn't like the multiplayer. I think it's just me. I can't play these types of games in multiplayer. Like I tried it with Rayman Legends. That didn't work either for me personally. I know there's a ton of people out there who are like, oh, this multiplayer is so fun. To me, it annoys me. I just want to play the level how I want to play the level.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's definitely one of the best Wii U games out there.
Cool.
Nice. Definitely have to look into that.
Yeah, same here. All right, Lech, the ball is back in your court.
Battlefield 4. Despite all the fucking problems. If you haven't been keeping up with it, Battlefield 4 has just been racked with problems, patching problems. Like, the game's only been out a few months, and they've just recently come out with the 5th patch for it. And guess what it fixed? Nothing. If anything, it's made things worse.
Ooh.
Like, I'm getting killed by people who have no health. I'm being shot through indestructible objects.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go around a corner, and then I'll be riddled with bullets from someone that had no clear shot at me.
Oh, wow.
And, of course, they're just like, oh, it's all lag. It's all lag. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going into a server where it's got 4 bars.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just telling me this is all lag? I mean, seriously, it's infuriating because the game has so much potential and it's so much fun to play. You know, you get in there with some friends and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But it's broken right now.
Ouch.
And I hate to say this, if they start announcing Battlefield 5, I'm not going to give a fuck.
Yeah. Kind of makes you worried for Battlefront Star Wars as well.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just... It's frustrating when you see a game that you enjoy so much and it's broken. Especially if you, like me, and spent $120 on the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I went with the premium so I can get all the updates and everything.
Yeah.
And I can't enjoy it. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks so bad. I just want to play my game. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been playing?
Oh, the last thing I have on my list here this week is WWE 2K14. I've been playing that on and off this past month and been doing a bit more of the 30 years of WrestleMania mode.
How is that?
It's really good. Well, you know what they did for the Attitude Era in the previous one, right?
Right.
Exact same thing, but now going right back to the very first WrestleMania. And
Oh, wow.
using the, clips and everything. It's been really fun. I'm up to the Attitude Era section now. The last match that I did was Stone Cold versus Bret Hart from WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 13, is it? Is it 13 or 15? I can't remember.
I think it was 13.
13. Yeah, it was 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the last one that I did, and just like the production and everything on that is pretty great. Though I will say it's a bit weird having JR and the King call the Andre versus Hogan fight.
Yeah.
It's very weird, but outside of that, the game is pleasantly surprising. And I also tried out the Defend the Streak mode, which I got up to about 31 opponents beaten with The Undertaker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There is a trophy for hitting 50, which that's going to take a while. And the whole Defeat the Streak, which is, I've tried so many times now, and it's been hard as hell to beat. Honestly, I have gotten close to beating him with Punk, but every time I've hit him with the finisher and go to pin, lights go out and he reappears behind me and tombstones me and ends the match.
That's kind of cheap.
Yeah, apparently the difficulty for that is one above legendary difficulty, so that's going to take a while.
There's a greater difficulty than legend?
Apparently, yes. Just for that mode specifically. Though, granted, I have talked with Big Boss before, and he's like, he tried it the first time with Punk, lost. He tried it with Shawn Michaels, and won the first time he tried. So, it can be done. Just it's going to take a while.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
So I have to say I would highly recommend the game, though. Having a blast with it. Yep. So, you guys ready to move into our bin watching?
We got one last game.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I zoned out for a second. I'm watching like the Batista return right now. But
Oh God, they brought him back.
so the last and final game that I've been playing is Killer Instinct for the Xbox One, and I have to say this game is fucking badass. It is so bad. Oh man, like everything from the music to the like little particle effects when you're fighting to the combo system. Like it feels so damn good. Like there's a lot of fighting games out there that you play. Like for example, Injustice. Like I dug that game. I thought it was really damn cool. I enjoyed story mode, but fighting it just didn't feel like you're fighting, if you know what I mean. It's kind of clunky in a way, but this, when you're hitting the combos and like ultra combos and combo break, like it feels so damn good. And just the attention to detail in the menus, like when you pause the game and you go through the menu, it plays the old school Killer Instinct theme, which is like just a little thing, but but it's so cool. And you have so many unlockables. You can unlock the old school original Killer Instinct music to play while you're playing the game. Of course, there's only 6 characters out there right now, which isn't that big of a roster, but I'm really digging Jago. I'm really digging Saberwolf, right? I haven't really played any of the other characters. The dojo in this mode, which is essentially the tutorial, is really well done. I'm like halfway through it. It's actually getting kind of difficult now, like stringing all these combos together, but it really teaches you in depth how to do all this and all the mechanics of the fighting system. I think it's really fucking cool. I know a lot of people have complained about it. You know, the roster size is not that big. It's digital only. But I think eventually they're going to release some type of disc version once they have all the characters out, like Season 1. Like, we're getting pretty soon the other 2 characters. And then they're going to do Season 2 eventually. I also downloaded, like, the Ultra version, which is the one that brings the original Killer Instinct, like the first real arcade port, and is really damn cool. So, yeah, I'm really digging this game. I really have to put more time into it, because I've been kind of busy lately. There's other games I picked up for Xbox One, just haven't had a chance to play. But, yeah, this game is really badass.
Cool.
Nice. God, I remember playing that game in the arcades.
Yeah, man.
So it was so much fun.
Yeah, this one's, I think, honestly, is even more fun than the older games, because the older games were, like, kind of hard to master, too, because they were, you know, they were, like, you could do all those combos and stuff, but it was still, like, at a slower pace. And I really think they, and I applaud this studio, because they did this in under a year of development. And that's why there's not that many characters. They focused on, you know, more of the balance between the characters and the actual fighting mechanics, and that's so damn good. I can't wait till they add the story mode, which is coming pretty soon. They add more characters. They do a Season 2, which is going to be with more characters, and there's a rumor they're going to port KI2, bring that to Xbox One.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm really digging it. I think they did a fantastic job. I know a lot of people were down on this game, but it's really freaking cool.
That's pretty damn awesome to hear.
Indeed.
Yep. Well, that wraps it up for what I've been playing.
All right. Been playing anything else, Lech, or ready to move on?
I'm ready to move on.
All right. So what have you been watching?
Believe it or not, I've been catching up on my Doctor Who.
Yay! Me too, actually.
I've recently watched the Day of the Doctor.
Nice.
And the Christmas special, Night of the Doctor.
Cool.
And I am pleasantly surprised with both of them.
Cool.
Because there's been a few episodes of Doctor Who recently that's just been like, yeah, okay, all right. But these, I felt like there was a good finish there.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the Christmas special yet. I've been trying to catch up, but did see Day of the Doctor, of course.
Yeah. I wish they could have gotten more cameos.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great. And speaking of Doctor Who, I have to say this. Happy birthday, Tom Baker. Today is his 80th birthday.
Hmm.
Those who don't know, Tom Baker was the fourth Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And admittedly, he was my favorite Doctor. He's the one that I first discovered on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it, and that's where I found the series and just fucking fell in love with British sci-fi. So happy birthday to you.
Yes, happy birthday, Tom Baker.
Let's see. Besides that, I really haven't been watching much else.
Right on, right on.
TV really hasn't held much for me lately.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? What you been watching?
Well, two things I'll talk about here are Arrow. That started up again this past week, and oh my god, it's getting so good. They also put out a preview this week that includes one thing and one thing only that you need to know. Deathstroke.
Seriously?
Yep.
Really?
Now this is the
Yep.
real Deathstroke, not the fake Deathstroke
Yep.
that you told me about? Okay.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
Curiosity has been piqued.
So yeah, that series is definitely ramping up, and season 2 has just been spectacular. Other than that, I've actually been catching up on Archer on Netflix. That is by far one of the greatest animated shows ever made. And season 4, which I pretty much plowed through in a day because it appeared on Netflix. So good. So very good. And I definitely need to try and download the first episode of season 5.
Now, since you like Archer so much, the creators of Archer actually had a show on Adult Swim for a little while.
Mhm.
It was called Frisky Dingo.
I think I've heard of that.
Never heard of it.
If you can find it and watch it, it's a lot of their stuff back when they didn't have a network telling them what they couldn't do.
Oh God.
Yes, and it has superheroes, it has supervillains. It's brilliant. You'll see the groundwork of Archer in that show.
Okay.
It's worth looking up, trust me.
I will definitely do that. What about you, Israel? What have you been watching this past week?
Nothing really, just the same thing, like WWE, of course. Nothing comes to mind in terms of movies or TV shows. Have I watched something? Oh yeah, I watched that Blackfish documentary.
Okay.
Have you guys heard about it? It's
I've
about
heard-
SeaWorld. And,
I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it yet.
the deaths that have taken place over at the SeaWorld parks and other, water parks. Well, I guess not technically water parks, but you know what I mean, where they have whales and stuff. But it was interesting. They painted SeaWorld really, really bad. Like, they made them look like they were the worst people on the planet. But it was interesting. Like, I like seeing, like, the different perspectives people have, so...
Cool.
Yeah, one thing I've learned from documentaries like that is that's their goal from the very beginning, is to paint whoever the documentary is about in a very bad light, to make them look as horrible as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There was a documentary a few years back called The Red Bay, and it was about the Japanese fishermen that kill dolphins once a year.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is that why South Park, like, spoofed them?
Yeah.
'Cause you remember there was a South Park episode about that?
Yeah, that's it. And basically they were trying to say that, Japan's fishing industry is killing the ocean because they really don't have that many limitations.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have laws that they follow, hence they can only, like, do the dolphin harvesting once a year.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's dolphins, that's a huge taboo, apparently.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, you can't kill dolphins. Dolphins are bad. but it's okay to kill millions of cattle a day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what pisses me off about PETA.
Oh, fuck PETA.
They were at, representatives of Pamela Anderson and something Simon, the co-creator of The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
They were actually here in town about, it's got to be like 2 months ago now, November, December, right then.
Oh, God, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they were here with a check for $1 million for the seal hunt to be completely stopped. And that $1 million to be distributed to all the seal hunters to stop and use the money to go to local bars like the Shamrock and such, as they put it. In which the local comedian here, Mark Kretsch, actually made the point. Splitting that $1 million would equal out to about $165 per person.
Mm.
So we offered Anderson about a check for $165 to stop acting.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Shit like that always pisses me off.
Yeah.
Always another side to the story.
Yeah, there's always a double standard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think everything should be done in moderation. Like, as long as you're not, causing a like extreme shift in how things go in nature, it's okay to hunt, but there's just like, the dolphins are more intelligent, the whales are more intelligent, so we shouldn't hunt them, or it's a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's one of those things that's like, I'm against it because, at this day and age, do we really need to be hunting wild animals like that?
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're not breaking any law.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though, like, whale wars, the Japanese research vessels that are doing that are staying within the quota.
Mm-hmm. And if anything, it's just, securing the population of it, I guess.
Well, that's a lame argument, but still, they're staying with, they're not breaking any international law. It's like going to a grocery store and harassing people at the meat aisle.
Mm.
That's the only thing those whale war guys are doing.
Yeah.
Now, if they really wanted to make a difference, they would head up north to where the illegal whale poaching is actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And go after them. But guess what? They won't.
Mm-hmm.
Want to know why? Because those guys carry guns.
Yep.
Yeah.
They will be captured. They will be killed.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's black market-wise, that's a huge market.
Yep.
And I love how they say, these Japanese captains, they're doing this on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not. It's a job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't wake up in the morning with whale bloodlust.
I'm sorry, I just pictured a Japanese guy waking up like, gotta get that dumb whale!
What the fuck, that whale? Crashing a plane into the whale. Oh, I'm going to hell. But yeah, like I said, I feel that we should be beyond that, especially, such a progressive country like Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they only do it once a year. It's a harvest they do, and it's not like they kill thousands of dolphins. They'll kill like maybe 200.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
200-300, and even then, everything is used. Nothing is thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as long as
sport.
as long as it's not thrown away, I'm fine. It's the same thing with any other type of hunting. Like if you're going like deer hunting, for example, like I listen to Stone Cold's podcast, and he's always talking about hunting, but he always mentions like all the meat that they get, they distribute to people, lower income families, or people who actually need the meat. Like they might be hunting because it's a sport, it's fun for them, but everything gets used.
You have to. That's the key thing about hunting. You have to use it because you do it for survival.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sport hunting, I have a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because you're doing it because you're bored,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Yep.
And I'm rambling again.
This has turned into a moral podcast now.
Yeah.
Okay, been reading. Lech, you actually have something this week, you said?
Yes, one of the books from Skyrim. I found the first volume, and I'm trying to find the other ones. I forget the first name of the character, but it's like something the naughty chambermaid.
Of course. Why would I expect anything different from you?
And it is so... I've started reading... I've read the first volume, and it was so cheesy. It's like, oh my god, this is beautiful. It's like something lifts her tail. And it's written kind of like a bad joke, almost.
Yeah. Bad fan fiction.
And it's like, no, I've read bad fan fiction. This is actually pretty good writing comparatively. But it's just, it's the whole thing. She's cleaning the chamber to, the Lord of the Manor comes in. It's like, oh, you're cleaning the chamber. It's like, oh, yes, my lord, if I don't finish, the mistress, she's going to beat me. He's like, yes, but you haven't cleaned my spear yet. And it's like, oh, that's going to take all night to clean. And I was reading it, literally lolling. It's like, oh my god, this is horrible. Where can I find more? It's beautiful. That, and there are a few other of the books in there. Like one was a vampire story, which actually had a very good twist at the end of it. Mm-hmm. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, it's amazing, like, the detail they put into those books.
Yeah, and surprisingly, a lot of them are very fitting of the time, too. Mm-hmm. Which, that alone is impressive.
Yep.
That much detail put into a, little aspect of the game. I think the next book series I'm going to read in there is the Poison Song series.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you pick up, there's like volume 1 through 5. I actually have all 5 volumes.
Yeah, cool.
So, maybe I'll do a dramatic reading of those.
That would be great. Actually, I want you to read the Chambermaid one.
If I can find the other volumes, I will.
We'll do a CanUK special. You can just read it out.
Dramatic readings. God. So, yeah, that's all I've been doing.
Cool. I haven't been reading anything. I did pick up a few comics, which I was going to start on the first issue of Black Widow, but never got around to it. So I guess we should move on?
Yeah, I didn't read anything. I was going to read, like, one of the books that I got in the mail. It's, like, called the Killer Instinct Ultra Fan Book or something like that.
Okay.
And it basically goes over the development of the new Killer Instinct, and it has interviews with like the old developers from Rare, a bunch of concept art and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I just haven't, cracked it open and read it yet.
Sweet. Hopefully you'll be able to tell us on a future podcast then.
Yeah, I have read some of it.
Okay, so let's dive into our shameless self-promotion section. And who wants to go first?
I got nothing.
Actually, believe it or not, I actually have something.
Oh.
It is my roommates have started their own channel. It is called Z-Rat Cave.
Mm.
It's Z-E space R-A-T-T space K-A-V-E. It is a YouTube channel which is basically going to be having a lot of different content. It's going to have a lot of movie reviews, game reviews, some promo. They're going to have some of their wrestling matches put up, and things like that. And stay tuned because I'll be doing some stuff on there as well.
Awesome.
How do you spell it again?
Z-Rat Cave.
Z-Rat
Z,
Cave.
yep, capital Z, little E, capital R, A-T-T-K-A-V-E.
All right. Let me see if I can find it here.
There's nothing on it yet, but there will be soon.
Why is my internet working stupid?
Because you're in Florida.
Yeah.
Someone tripped in to unplug the modem.
Sea Rat Cave.
Yeah, there's nothing on it right now. But there will be soon.
Cool. Definitely will subscribe and look forward to the content.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to be crazy. Plus, we're actually going to be documenting the move on there.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
So, yeah, that's my shameless self-promotion.
Sweet.
And what about you?
Right, I guess I will go next. I am happy to say that I have a schedule back on track again after, over a month or so.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, as it goes right now, Minecraft videos are back on track for Mondays. New pixel art went up, today of this recording of Luigi. Of course, Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll have Dust and Elysian Tale and Guacamelee Gold Edition. Guacamelee, I will say that I kind of suffered a bit because I hadn't played the game in a while since my last recording, so I was struggling trying to remember the controls. They'll either be good or bad. Fridays, of course, I have Lord X Suffers at Ride to Hell going up every week.
I've been sticking with you through that, man. No one should have to play that game alone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It has been quite the experience, that's for damn sure. And speaking of, every Saturday I put up a Let's Experience video where I dive into a game for the very first time. And this past weekend I put up Let's Experience a virus named Tom, which ended up being rather good. I liked it. Never got as much time into it at the time that I wanted, but difficulty definitely ramps up as it goes along. So looking forward to playing more of that for sure. And outside of that, I guess that's all I have to mention, other than I did put up a coming soon video there not too long ago. And yeah, something great is coming very soon.
Sin Cara is coming to your channel.
Close.
Very close, actually.
I know. I saw the video.
Actually, there were Sin Cara masks I could have ordered.
Oh, you should have got it.
Yeah, but then he'd have to constantly botch.
Yeah. I messed up my schedule again, guys.
Damn this mask.
The problem with that, though, I'd have to get mood lighting for every time I recorded a video.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I will be having vlogs coming as well as hopefully reviews and such since I record myself with like a game in hand or something like that. I don't know yet. So yeah, that's coming. Isreal, what about you? You got some more videos coming?
Oh, yeah, I got stuff like working in the background for the Project PlayStation channel. I really do need to get more videos up on there. I'm actually back on my normal YouTube channel, which I just do like random videos here and there. I just, talk with people on YouTube, get like their impressions. I'll just throw out a question and then people do video responses, or they just, in the comment section, express what they feel. And that is youtube.com/IsrealPacheco89. Yeah, that's about it. I'm back on that channel. I'll probably be doing videos more often there since I don't have to like edit like I do on the Project PlayStation channel. It's just really me in front of a camera. There's like no music. There's no little clips or anything. It's more of a vlog type of video. So
the videos that you have put up so far have been great.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Watched a couple.
All right. So I guess that's going to do it for shameless self-promotion. Remember, you can follow us all on Twitter at @the_LordX, at ProjectPSX, and at Dr Lech.
Yeah, sometime I should be tweeting at some point. Once I have something to tweet about, I guess. I don't know.
Once you remember that it exists.
Yeah, I forget. Happens at my age.
All right. Well, last but not least, guys, if you have questions and comments for us, please leave us questions and comments about anything that we've talked about on the show this week or anything that you want to know about us. Just leave us questions and comments, please.
We'll answer them.
Do it, or I'll play more Ride to Hell every single week.
Just re-upload that sex scene constantly.
There's others that are worse than that one.
Oh, there are? Wait.
Oh.
Can't be possible.
Oh,
It
God.
can't be possible. That sex scene was so
Now
terrible.
now I'm frightened to death to record tomorrow. Great. Yay. Ride to Hell. Anyways, questions and comments. Do leave them for us, folks, and you can win a free game if you do so. I have a shit ton of free games to give out. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Do it. Do it. Do it now.
Get down.
What are you waiting for? He's right there. Ask him a question. Do it. Do it now.
Yes. I'll mention that
Uh-oh.
3 new games that are up for offer right now. Papa,
Papa.
Papo and Yo,
Okay.
Oh.
To the Moon, and Ruse, and Surgeon Simulator 2013.
Oh, God.
So yeah, those are up for grabs now as well. And who knows, I may pick up that Arma 2 sale that's going on right now. So that'll be available.
Yeah.
You can try and play DayZ.
Why? There's a standalone now.
Shh, don't tell them that.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Two. Yay.
Anyways, I do believe that's going to do it for the show this week. So who wants to take us out this week?
No. Not me.
Oh, it was one of those. Okay, whoever speaks first.
Oh, that'll be you, Lech.
All right. Well, I haven't done one of these in a while, and usually I botch them up anyway. So on behalf of Lord X and Isreal, I'd like to say thank you for everybody for coming to this week's Connect podcast, even though it's really not Connect anymore. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and tune in next time when you hear Lord X say... Oh, I hope that picked up good. So, yeah, thank you. Love you all.
Goodbye, everybody. That's a wrap.